spiritualism was super just common. It would have sucked to have been alive during that time because the life expectancy average was 50 years old. So people are dying all the time. But doing seances in your like living room with, I don't know, every night, it was normal to talk to the dead. And it was such a big part of society. And I think that's because we couldn't hide from death like we do now. Right now, we just
Mm.
kind of like someone dies, we say words like, oh, they've crossed over, or I don't know, we just do anything to avoid the reality.
Yeah, like they're in a better place, or God
Hmm.
has a plan for them, and this was all planned all along. I've heard a lot of them.
Oh, yeah. And so back then, it couldn't be avoided because of the wars and just.
I laugh at his dismay.
Welcome back to Pomegranate Confessions. I'm Ashley Mayetta,
And I am Serena Saint-Sinclair.
and today we have a super exciting episode for you guys. Spirituality in the Victorian times. Woo!
Ooh. I am really excited about this though, because if you didn't catch it, our last episode was about florography and the communication of flowers during Victorian times. Now we're going into the underworld for this one, and Ashley's going to be taking you on this one, so I'm excited about it.
It's really interesting too because when I talk about the spiritual like movement in Victorian times, you think like, oh, spiritual, like that's a religious kind of thing, right? Everyone can feel spiritual. But in the Victorian times, the it was all about believing that you can have meaningful relationships with the dead. And that when you died, you didn't go away forever. You just went to a new plane, another vibration, and we can still communicate with that person.
Are, are those the words that they use, like vibration? Is that not like a new age thing? Is that something that they were discussing at that time?
I'm not sure if they were calling it, I'm sure lots of people used different terms, right?
Mhm.
I would love to read a book that's like actually written by somebody that was a part of this m movement, but basically they just believed that they could, that you weren't gone forever. You
Yeah.
just weren't on our physical realm. And a lot of interesting things were going on in the 1800s at the time. We had wars, we had the invention of the telephone, right?
Mhm.
And so pretty much you can all of a sudden pick up a phone and contact somebody from the other side of wherever, right? Your relatives from far away. And so it got people thinking, well, why can't we just pick up the phone and speak to someone that's deceased, right? Like that should be the next logical step. And then that's where like Ouija boards came in and things like that because it was a new time.
Oh, I did not know that those things were related. That
Mhm.
is so interesting. Okay, that makes sense. Speaking of
Yes.
phones.
Yes. Send us in your stories because you can contact us from beyond the fuck, what is it? The void. Contact us with our phone number through the void. We're ready to listen. Yeah, when you really look into there is so much about it. And even while I was just kind of getting my notes so I can quote things properly, so there's so much that I want to dig into more about this time frame because I do feel it is so important to how we are today as a society. Because Victorian spiritualism has a lot to do with the feminist movement as well. Did you know that?
I didn't know.
Goes hand in hand too. And so basically in the 1800s, women weren't really to be heard. We couldn't speak in front of groups of people. Definitely, like, we weren't really working. We were meant to stay in the house. Once you're married, you're kind of like, you got your covenstead at home that you got to take care of, your homestead. But they believe that women are more attuned to hear spirits. And they said because our minds were more stupid, malleable. So, like, we would be able to perceive spirits better.
Hmm.
Okay. And so, for the first time ever, women were able to communicate with the dead, and people would come to a room to listen to these women speak. And some of them, they had some political, like, things that they wanted to change. And so it really is the birth of, the feminist movement too, I believe. They were talking to presidents. That has never happened.
Yeah, that's
So,
so interesting.
yeah, there's a book I want to read about it. It's called like Radical Spiritualism or something, and it's about a medium that helped out at the White House and like, read for the president and stuff. So
Oh, during this time or at another time?
during this time, yeah.
That is so interesting. I did not know that. And also that
Yeah.
kind of like calls back to our conversation last week too about how like we were using flowers as symbolism because you couldn't say how you felt out loud. And that is so fascinating. It's just like kind of this concept all around communication, right? And like what that looks like in the different ways that that starts popping up when we can't say how we feel, then it's going to start kind of coming out of the seams in other creative ways.
Exactly. And who knows? Like who knows if all of these mediums were actually communicating with spirits or did some of them just have a political agenda, you know?
Yeah.
But either way, doesn't really matter because yeah, you got to do what you got to do. So basically in like the 1800s, the late 1800s, spiritualism was super just common. It would have sucked to have been alive during that time because the life expectancy average was 50 years old. So people are dying all the time. But doing seances in your like living room with, I don't know, every night, it was normal to talk to the dead. And it was such a big part of society. And I think that's because we couldn't hide from death like we do now. Right now, we just
Mm.
kind of like someone dies, we say words like, oh, they've crossed over, or I don't know, we just do anything to avoid the reality.
Yeah, like they're in a better place, or God
Hmm.
has a plan for them, and this was all planned all along. I've heard a lot of them.
Oh, yeah. And so back then, it couldn't be avoided because of the wars and just medicine, and they had a couple like pandemics. Um, yeah, so it's just was a crazy time, and I would have just loved to be alive during that time though, to like just we're going for a seance over here, and you just everyone's talking to ghosts. Like what?
Yeah, I think I would like to go visit. I don't want to live during that time. I
Yeah,
like my
yeah.
rights, but I'd like to go
Outlander
visit.
it.
Yeah, yeah. Outlander. Yes, exactly. Also the outfits, but yes.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like super like smelly, super not glamorous, rough. It's probably really rough, but fascinating. It's fascinating to learn about, at least. But what really started this movement of believing that we can have intelligent conversations with spirits started in 1848 in Hinsdale, New York. So there was two sisters called the Fox sisters. One was 11 and the other was 14. And their family moved to like this farmhouse out in the country. It was like a very tight-knit community. They started hearing knocking all over their house, and it would scare them. And one night, one of the girls was all like, okay, can't, she said something to get the spirit to knock. I think it was like a beat. So she was like, can you copy this? And then, oh, you probably can't hear it because my noise canceler. So they
Yeah,
did
I can't
three
hear.
knocks.
Did you knock something?
Boom,
Okay, yeah.
boom, boom. And then it did it back. And so they got their parents. Their parents came in, saw it, And then the parents go get their neighbors. Long story short, the whole fucking town ends up in their house and they come up with like a system for the spirit to start spelling letters. So that what, well, to be able to spell. So they go A, B, C, D, E, knock. Okay, so E, A, B, C, D, knock. Okay, so D, right? And so then they're able to spell names, they're able to do all this stuff. And that's kind of when it was like, oh shit, like we can have intelligent conversations with spirits, which I'm sure people were doing, automatic writing like a long ass time ago. But I believe this really started the movement of everyone has the ability to contact the dead. It does not take a medium to do it. We all have it in us. Yeah.
Were Ouija boards like invented during this time? And was it like in reaction to this, or were they something that had already existed?
No. So yeah, Ouija boards came after this. There was
Mhm.
pieces of the Ouija board all over. So like the planchette, you can trace back way before. It was an automatic writing tool
Mhm.
originally. And then even before that, the origins, I need to remember where it originated from. It might have been China, but
I feel like we need a whole Ouija board episode.
oh, I would love that.
And then you can show
I'll
your,
get all
yeah,
my
you can show your
boards out. Like this
collection.
is my I
Yeah,
have some
yeah.
cool ones. But yeah, so it came from different pieces and a group of they were actually business people that came up with the Ouija board and they're like, "Oh, let's get on this," right? And so now instead of like spelling out the alphabet, now
So, editing Serena here, we wanted to make a quick correction to what Ashley says at this part about the Ouija.
I just want to be clear that the Ouija is not the first of its kind. Before this, spiritualists were using a homemade model that was called the talking board or the spirit board. And basically, two businessmen saw the idea, saw the popularity, and was like, you know what, let's market this and get a patent on it, perfect it. And they did. They did a beautiful job creating what they did and what we know today as Ouija. But they were just businessmen. It's right there. So faster than going A, B, C,
Mm-hmm.
a lot less tiring too. So yeah, that came like a little later, but not much. But mediums started popping up all over around this time after these girls because they got very famous. They became very famous mediums. They actually ended up dying like in poverty, but yeah, it's a tragic story. There's like novels written all about them that you can listen to on audiobook or read. It's a big part of where this movement started. And there's a lot of things like, okay, were they making it up or is this real? That's a whole nother thing and it'll take forever to go down. But we're just kind of scratching the surface of that story.
Wait, I want to know your opinion though. After researching this, do you think that they were making it up or do you think that it was real?
I think it was real. And what's super interesting to me about it too is there's some new ghost hunters that started doing have the wrappings. And it kind of irks me a little bit because they make no reference to Victorian spiritualism and that this has been done before. And they act like it's them, like they're the first ones to ever do this. And
Oh,
like they
yeah.
kind of are so special. And it's like, this is like the birth of it all, you know? So
Interesting.
it kind of
Yeah.
irked me a little bit, but maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't know.
Well, then
Um,
I feel like you're not a good paranormal investigator for not doing the basic historical research on what you're doing. But
it's we all do our own things, right? Some people, yeah. But I can be someone that does like too much research too at the same time.
oh no, you do your job too well. Is your lobster too buttery? Is your steak too juicy? Like, no.
Like it can be.
I guess, but like it's hard to get there. Like at least you're doing
Yeah.
the research. Do you consider
Yeah.
yourself a medium?
Um, you know, there's it's really interesting, and this is something that also irks me with just paranormal in general. It's a beautiful thing about it, but also a ugly thing about it. Or, anyone can say they're a medium. And if you hop online and you pretend that you are so intuitive and all this stuff, people believe you for the most part. I do not feel confident enough in my abilities to be all like, I'm a medium, you know? Yes, I see dead people. I feel dead people. I can work with energies. I've been doing it since I was a child, but I'm not confident enough to be like, I'm a medium, you know? Like, I I see things, I know things, but it goes off and on too. I haven't mastered it where I'm just like, this is on and I can see everything everywhere. It just happens when it needs to. So yeah, I haven't really adapted that name.
That's so interesting. Do you feel like there, like, I guess it, like, are there credentials to call yourself a medium? Because to me, and like my definition of a medium, sounds like you are a medium, but I don't, like, I don't know, I guess you
Yeah,
have
I
a different
guess so.
definition. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. But that's the thing with it too, is that there is no credentials, there is no experts, even when it comes to like spirit communication, right? Or ghost hunters. You could
Yeah.
just go out there and ghost hunt and be like, yeah, I'm a ghost hunter. I did this one time, or I bought whatever. And you can play it up, or people post one video on social media and blow up, and now they're like experts. And so like, are like where does that line go? Do you understand how EMFs work? Do you understand all these things? And the thing is, it's not black and white. There's many shades of gray. Nobody fucking knows. Nobody can fucking prove it.
Hmm.
So anyone could be an expert and everyone could be an expert all at the same time.
Yeah. That makes sense. I this past week I posted a video and like an additional video about the witch talk drama. And one of the things that I talk about in there is like the wonderful thing about the internet is that anyone can post anything, and the worst thing about the internet is that anyone can post anything. And I feel
Hmm.
like exactly kind of what you're talking about. It's like, and I feel like the credentials that we have online are very weird. It's based on virality versus like
Hmm.
actually your work. And we just kind of like look at numbers. And it's like virality is equivalent to the algorithm. And it's like the game that you're playing with the algorithm. And that doesn't mean that just because someone's viral doesn't mean that they're not an expert, but also doesn't mean that they are an expert. And it's
Hmm.
weird. It's a weird space to try to navigate.
It really is. And what was it? I watched it a while ago and they equated content creators as side street performers. And it's like
Mm,
100%, 100%. Like we are an act on the side of Vegas, standing in our little circle and being like, hey, like pay attention to me, right? Like if you come take a photo with me or whatever it is, give me your time. And so it's like we are kind of like sideshow performers in a way.
that I feel like just blew my mind a little bit. That's a very
Yeah.
interesting metaphor, and I can see it very clearly, especially when you're just like going through your phone or just like consuming content. It's like, can I grab
Hmm.
your attention from the road that you're going on? And how long can I grab your attention for? And can I grab it for long enough to make money off of you?
Hmm.
So fascinating. Wow, that's a good
Yeah, it blew
one.
my mind too when I heard that. I was like, oh, I was
There's
like,
stuff to unpack there. Interesting.
that checks out then. That checks out
Hmm.
for me because I'm definitely like, I go to my daughter's school and I look like a fucking circus like freak. The kids are like petting my snail purse. They're like, your hair is so pretty. Why you have all those tattoos? It's like, yeah, I'm this tattooed lady that breeds snails, like come
Here I
look
am,
at this freak.
circus freak. I love that though. I really do love that though. I love showing up unapologetically as a mother. I'm not a mother, right? So I'm just giving my opinion as someone who's not a mother. But I do really appreciate when people still try to like keep their unique identity rather than just like melting into this like societal construct of what a mother shouldn't look like or act like or be like. And I think some of those are important, right? Like there are certain
Mhm.
sacrifices that need to be made, but expression, I feel like is not one of them.
Hey, I did it. I tried to fit myself in what I thought a mother should look and feel like. And
Oh, can we get a picture? Can I put it up?
yeah,
Yeah, I'm
which
gonna put
one
a
should I
picture up.
share?
Yeah,
Oh
because
my
it's
gosh.
interesting. It's hard to I didn't even recognize you when I saw it.
Yeah, I was painting my house like colors of the rainbow.
Illuminated.
So,
Uh,
what's rotting and what's blooming for you this week?
so I had a very interesting weekend. I went to Mystic South, which is a pagan conference that happens here in Atlanta every July. And I've been going for the past 2 years. This is my third year going, and I had a fantastic time. So it is a really busy and there's a lot happening. It's pretty exhausting, but it's also really cool to be in an environment with like hundreds of practitioners just around you. And yeah, it's because it doesn't happen a lot. So I get really excited in spaces like that.
Yeah, I've never been to anything like that, so I
We're
could
gonna make it
imagine.
happen. We got plans.
Yeah.
And then upcoming, I have Salem Witch Fest in August, which I'm really excited. It's a very, very different, from what I can tell, environment and very different crowd. So I'm interested to see kind of what it's like because I've only experienced Mystic South. So I'm interested to kind of see how Salem Witch Fest is like alike and different.
Oh, it's gonna be off the chain, probably.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
it's gonna be
excited.
like, yeah, I can't wait to hear about it. You'll have to take some videos. Try. Just like take it out. It's so hard. It's so hard to remember when you're overstimulated to take your phone out and like capture moments.
Yeah,
But
I think I'm going to be able to vlog a lot more in Salem. This past weekend, I did not vlog at all. I had plans to, but I didn't vlog at all just because like I was hosting, and that's like a totally different ball game, right? Like when someone's hosting, other people are relying on you. I also drove to and from the venue every day, so there was just like a lot happening that I was responsible for, and so I didn't have any chance to vlog, but sometimes it's also nice to not vlog and just like be a human being, even though I don't know if I do
mhm.
a good job of doing that, but it's
You're
just like
like,
being a normal person. So yeah, I feel like at Salem Witch Fest, I am going to be so excited to be there, and also I'm going to be a tourist at that time, so I'm going to be able to like actually take some
unwind.
videos, yeah, and kind of like be the princess a little bit in that situation. I think I don't know, we'll see.
You deserve it. I hope you get to be the princess.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know how to do that. I don't relax very well. I like control and I like to know what I'm doing. So, but I'll figure it out. But I have a lot of things planned. I'm gonna be there for like 5 days. I'm gonna be there for a while. So I'm hoping I've never been to Salem before, so I'm gonna get to enjoy the city as well. And yeah, hopefully make new friends, network, and learn a lot. This year's theme is death, ancestor work, and necromancy.
Oh, what?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't even know that like people really talked about necromancy. I always like
yeah,
got people looking at me really weird when I say like, "Oh yeah, I practice necromancy." They're like,
yeah. That's why I want you to come so bad this year because that's
"Oh,
literally the theme.
God damn." Maybe next time in 10
Mm.
years when they do it again. Be speaking at it though. I'll be like, "Let's talk about necromancy.
Yeah,
It's your
I think it's
grandma's grave. Let's go." Take her. Yeah.
what what about you? What's blooming and rotting for you?
Oh my gosh. So I've been rotting like the past 2 weeks hard, just rotting. But you need to rot to bloom. And I finally got out of that depression, that summer depression. And I've decided to share one of my biggest current passions right now on Ghostcraft Coven, the channel. I'm going to be sharing my bugs, and I'm calling it Ghostcraft Coven. Well, Ghostcraft Familiar. And I'm sharing just all the little creatures that crawl around and used to scare the shit out of me. And now I'm like holding them and calling them cute and just wanting to watch them for hours. So I'm gonna share that soon.
I think that working with bugs is a part of my Persephone work. I really do believe that.
Really?
I believe that because I picture working with insects, especially like pollinators and bugs that are exist in gardens. Like my work with Persephone feels like a garden. And I think that insects are a really important part of that ecosystem. And yeah, so I think that working with like flowers, I mean, of course, plants in general, the earth, but for me specifically, plants and bugs are a huge part of my work.
I love that. It's super interesting too. One of the bugs that really fascinate me, I have three jumping spiders now, and I want like more, but we'll start with three. But what really fascinates me are isopods, which they eat decaying matter and then
Mhm.
turn the decay into healthy soil for your plants. And so that is very Persephone coded right there. It's the cycle. They are the cycle of life. And I got the cutest ones. They're called panda kings. And they're black and white and they're like this little big. They're the cutest things. I'll put a video up for everyone to see. I was
Yeah.
like dying. I was like, oh my God, they're so cute.
Oh my gosh,
But
I've
yeah,
never seen them before. Okay, I'm gonna look them up real quick because I kind of want to react to them in real time. Panda Kings.
yeah, yeah. We could play the video of me reacting to it because I'm just like, ah, I'm like, Simone, Tegan, come look.
Oh, they look like little roly-polies.
Yeah, there are species of roly-polies, but they don't have like the antennas as much.
Uh-huh.
They're tiny though. They're like cute. I love them. And they live underground most of the time, and you probably won't see them that often. But when you do, they're cute.
That is so cool. I love that. Yeah, I agree with you. That is so Persephone coded, taking decay and
Wow.
creating like matter, like organic, like growing matter from it. That's that.
This has happened since starting working with Persephone. Like the actual like terrarium and being like in love with bugs. So that's crazy that that's a thing for you too, working with bugs and that kind of thing. So thanks, Persephone. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, that is my UPG, right? Like that's my unverified personal gnosis. But that's what I think. I think that bugs have become a really big part of my work with her. And I also think like, okay, I also think that bugs are like, of course, things like butterflies and moths are like really looked at a lot. They're seen as like transformation. I love a butterfly and moth. But I also think like when you're talking about things like isopods, those are underworld things almost like underworld coded things that people
Yeah.
avoid and don't like or think are creepy, and I that includes me. I think a lot of bugs are creepy still, even though I like like to learn
Me
about them. I
too.
still think they're creepy. They give me the heebie jeebies, but I do think that like they're such a necessary part of our lives and our ecosystems, and we like to avoid them, but ultimately like like death, like doing underworld work, they're really really important.
I'll be like, okay, so this is Salem and 10 years from now. We're doing a necromancy retreat. Okay. I'm speaking. I'm like, okay, listen, you're going to go into a trance state in this coffin that's filled with underworld creepy crawly bugs.
Ah!
And we're going to bury your body in a thin layer of dirt. And there's going to be isopods in there. There's going to be some centipedes in there. And maybe we could put some plants in there too, just make it kind of
Uh-huh.
pretty. Maybe mosses. I don't know.
Mhm.
And then you go into a trance state and see what you can come up with.
That
Right?
is fascinating. I hate it, but also I want to do it. Also, yeah, that needs to happen. That's very interesting. I mean, right? Like, if we're talking about this sort of like disillusion of the ego, like the things that make you afraid is like kind of like testing the limits in which you have made. And when I say ego, I mean like not like the egoic, the way that we casually use the ego as in like the personality that you have developed over time to like live in society and function in society, but this like tapping at the like bounds of your egos that you've made with the things that are make you afraid in order to kind of like push that. And I think that
Mhm.
that's very, very interesting because you're literally like through the process of like trans work dying and working with these things that are making you afraid, not just the death itself, not just the coffin itself, but also the bugs and this like
Yeah,
active decay, what would come up for you. That's very
let's
fascinating.
do it.
I
Let's
love
do
it.
it. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. That's what I
Yeah.
like to do. I like to fuck around and find out. That's
It's
what
trans
I
work
do.
fear factor.
Yeah. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. Ew.
For 1 million astral dollars, can
Yeah.
you deal with this fear factor
You
trans
can
work?
have the mansion in the astral realm that we spent all week building together. It's yours.
That's the only budget that we have is our own reality TV show on the astral realm. Meet us there.
Yeah, let us know, you guys, our void dwellers. Would you go on this show? Because I'm making the box now. Start breeding the bugs. And the
I
funny
love
thing
it.
about fear too, my daughter, I took her to the park yesterday and I was really proud of her and I wasn't pushing her at all. She was a COVID baby, so when she was young, she didn't really go out a lot. So like learning how to be on like the playground and stuff was like very like cautious, you know? And there's like those weird climby things that are all like, playground. And she got up and she was like, I'm scared. And then she went down and then she went back up again. And she said it in her mind, I am going to conquer this, even though it scares me. And by the end of it, after like 6 times, and it taking her forever, like a little kid's coming up, like, it's my turn. It's all like, wait a second, wait a second. And she was able to do it. And I videoed it. I was like, you want to do it again so I could send it to your dad so he could see? And she's like, yeah. And I'm going to do it all by myself this time. Like, don't even spot me. And she did it. And she was just so happy, and her world expanded so much more because she faced that fear. And so I do believe it's so important for us to face the things that make us uncomfortable because that's when we grow. But you should have seen her little face when she watched the video. She was just like, can I watch it? And just like so proud of herself. It was beautiful.
Did you have a proud mommy moment?
Oh my God. Yeah. And she had a proud Simone moment too, watching herself. She was like, yeah,
That's
did
so cute. I love that. And also, like, that is inspirational for me because I don't like to face my fears. I really don't. I mean, I do it, but I don't want to, and but if your 6-year-old can do it, I can do it. So
Well, what are you most afraid of? Or least afraid? What's a fear you feel like, okay, I'm going to conquer this?
I think that one of the fears that I've conquered recently is coming online.
Oh,
I think that
yeah.
yeah, that was a real fear of mine and something that I still struggle with to this day. I don't know if the anxiety will fully go away ever, although I've gotten a lot more comfortable. But I think it's like this it's weird because it's like both a fear of being seen and also a fear of not being seen, It's like um
Yeah.
and like I'm continuing to get more confident with showing up as myself. I think this podcast is part of that, and I think we
Me
both
too.
agree.
I was
Yeah.
going to say the same thing. This has helped me just be able to be like, this is me.
Yeah, and not have to like I feel like a lot of times, and I feel like this is like conditioning from some older relationships I used to have, where it's like I feel like I need to show up and I have to educate. I need to be like the smartest person in the room because me as
Mhm.
myself is not likable or worthy of like paying attention to. And I feel like I have to like be I don't know, offer something. And I think that that's true to a certain degree. That's what a lot of people are looking for. They want you to educate them. They want to get value out of what they're watching, and that's understandable. It's your time. But I'm trying to give myself permission to show up as I am and think that that's worthy enough that people would want to listen. And, maybe I'm not for everybody, but somebody out there thinks I'm worth listening to. And yeah, I guess it's okay to take up space.
Yeah, that I'm learning that too. And I was the same way, just very polished, very, have to know everything. I can't misspeak. I can't give out false information, which I'll try not to. I will
Of
try
course.
not to. Okay. But also at the same time, the right answer is not black and white a lot of times.
Hmm.
So, you know, there can be two opposite opinions, but they both be very valid. So, but
Yes.
yeah, I'm the same way, and that is something I'm growing on too. And this has helped. That's our confession, everybody.
Yeah.
Pomegranate confessions. Hit the music. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but that's so true. And I feel like it, yeah, it's a test for both of us. And but I love that though. And we're facing our fears together, which is very helpful. But
It does help to have someone else there. It's like we're
is there
jumping, right? We're both jumping. Okay.
I'll jump when you jump. We'll just hold hands and do it
Yeah.
together. Yeah.
And stand here forever.
What
Don't
about
press
you?
submit. Don't upload it.
Is there a fear that you had in mind that you wanted to talk about?
Well, mine is the bugs. I used to
Oh
be
yeah.
so afraid of bugs. Yeah. And so, and that's when I'm afraid of something, I'm like, there's only one way to get over this, and that's like eating a bug. I gotta eat it. No, I just like really, I don't know. I really work on like that exposure therapy for me works. I just gotta keep doing it, looking at it, letting it, I don't know. That's just what I do. And I'm still working on it. I'm not like, I don't know what the fuck I would do if there was a giant ass crazy looking spider in my house with all these babies on it. I don't know,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, but I've been watching how you can like kind of direct spiders and kind of like, you know, move them how you want them to go. Yeah. And
Keep
I'm like,
all
okay,
8 arms in the in the
yeah.
craft at all times.
But I don't know until it happens, or like
Yeah.
maybe I need to go to like Australia or something, because I hear
Oh,
the bugs there are fucking crazy,
yeah.
and just like open up the cabinet and then there's like fucking Godzilla in there, and you're like, and then to not be scared by that would just be amazing. So
That
yeah,
would be
that's I'm working on
amazing.
bug fear.
Actually, speaking of eating bugs, I think I've eaten more bugs than your average person.
Ooh.
Well, so there is this snack in Korea. I don't think it's quite as popular these days. And I wonder it might exist in other Asian cultures too. I don't know. I can only speak from a Korean point of view, but it's like boiled silkworms and it's called bantaegi. And it's like something that you can get on like street food. Just like get a cup of boiled silkworms and you just like eat them with like a toothpick. So that's something I don't think it's quite as popular these
Was
days.
it good?
I think
Crunchy?
it's good, but it wasn't crunchy. They're boiled, right? So they're like soft and they're
Oh,
silkworms. So I don't know exactly what category of like bug or insect that silkworms exist in, but they're like soft and squishy. And so I think that they're good, but I also grew up eating them. This wasn't presented to me as like a weird or gross or nasty thing. So to me, it
mhm.
was just like, oh yeah, we eat bantegi. Like it's something that we eat. And so
I'm sure they
being
have so much like nutrients in them. I really
I never looked that up. I'm actually very interested in the silkworm nutrient facts.
Yeah, I think like all bugs, actually. Like, I don't know. I have this weird theory that because I was thinking about doing my snail farm, remember?
Uh-huh.
And I just feel like because we're so grossed out by bugs, we're not eating them, but like at the same time, like farms and stuff like that, they're meat factory, right? The cows are like not good to have as many as we have. We can't produce enough meat. Like eventually, we probably are going to go back to eating bugs. So,
I think that makes sense.
yeah. So I wanted to have a farm, be one of the first pioneers of making the silkworms now, make silkworm snacks.
Yeah, well, I feel like silkworms are probably like something that's easily made, right? Like I feel like the reason why people eat silkworms is because especially like northern East Asia, we have like a plethora of them and they don't take a lot of space to create. And like Korea hasn't, South Korea now is like one of the most advanced countries. It wasn't at this time, when I feel like this was probably popular. Um And so it says it has a savory, slightly nutty, and earthy flavor.
Mm.
Some compare the taste to soggy peanut or a blend of mild fish and soy sauce. So they boil them or steam them. It's the silkworm pulpe. It's not the worm, silkworm itself, it's the pulpe. And it's seasoned with soy sauce, salt, and spices. And it is known for its high protein content. It's traditionally sold as a street food in a paper cup or eaten from cans.
Is the pulpe, I think it's the stage between the mealworm or the silkworm to its final form. So
I'm
it,
pretty sure, yeah. So they
mm,
look like isopods almost, but they're not. They don't have a hard like a
mm,
exoskeleton.
maybe I should try one of my isopods.
Put some
You're
soy
so
sauce on
cute. I could eat ya. Boil you up.
it. And then what's it? I've also had fried grasshoppers. I've tried that.
Really? How
Yeah.
was that?
They
Well,
don't
it's
have a lot of
fried.
flavor. They're like fried, so like there's not a lot to like taste. And if there's
Escargot?
I've had escargot. I don't feel it. Oh, sorry. Is that cannibalism to you? You and your people?
No.
I'm
No,
just
it's
kidding.
fine.
Yeah, I went to France last year and had escargot. I've had escargot before then, but I wanted to eat escargot in France. And I mean, I like escargot.
It was
It
good.
yeah,
Well,
it's
I was
it's
like thinking about doing the farm for like making snails to sell for escargot. So
yeah. Yeah, I guess it's probably like a specific kind of snail though, right?
they're the garden snails, I believe. The
Really? Yeah,
same.
they like cook
Yeah.
them in garlic and butter, so they're delicious. Anything
Oh,
is
yeah.
delicious in garlic and butter.
I've never eaten a bug.
I feel like that needs to happen. I've eaten chocolate covered ants. I've done that. Um, I don't know. I
Do
think
I
I have
have
a
a
pretty good.
shot with a scorpion in it? I
Oh,
might have
like
had a shot with a
mezcal.
scorpion. Yeah.
But it's not a live scorpion, right? It's like
No.
a yeah, yeah. We actually have one of those in our living room. Because I mean, so my partner, his family is from a place in Mexico called Durango, and like their like thing is scorpions. Like it's like their mascot, I guess. I don't know what but it's scorpions, which is funny because he's also a Scorpio moon. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
so he has Scorpio in his like big three. So there's like a lot of scorpion imagery around our house and around his family. We have like a bunch of scorpion like artwork and stuff like that. I have a scorpion purse too. Um,
What?
yeah, I
You're
have a
talking
scorpion
about my
purse.
snail purse and you're over there with the scorpion purse?
Yes, I'll put a picture, but I think you sent me one of her works. I can go grab it real quick. Give me 1 second. Yeah, let me get my skirts
Oh.
so I don't run over them.
And you had one of these already when I sent you this purse. It was
Yes.
like it had multiple bugs in it though. That's
Uh-huh.
amazing.
Yeah, so she's a creator called Shop of Stuff. I wish this would get into um
What?
yeah, and it's a taxidermy like purses that she makes. So she has like versions with like moths and stuff. I'll put her stuff in the link. But yeah, Shops of Stuff. And I got this last year and I'm obsessed with it. It's so cute.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's
Yeah.
amazing. That's the best purse I've ever seen.
My one of my coworker, who's also one of my best friends, she ended up getting a matching one, except hers is a black background. So we have our like matching scorpion purses.
Don't go home with the wrong purse. You can get a scorpion as a pet.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that, but I admire
Mm.
other people who do.
I'll admire it from afar.
Yeah, I've seen scorpions in real life, like in like Arizona and stuff. Do you
Yeah.
have scorpions where you are?
Supposedly, I've never seen one.
Oh, you're like,
So,
dang it.
yeah. And then when I lived in Arizona, there was one that went up. We were on a second story apartment and it entered the house when I wasn't there. So, like, I've never seen a scorpion in the wild.
Interesting, yeah.
But when I do, I know there's a message there because, yeah, I've never seen one.
Yeah, I feel like for me, in my mind, scorpions are just like a sign of like death and transformation. But that's because I relate scorpions with Pluto, and that's what Pluto is. So,
Mm.
like, I don't, that's just what they mean to me. So,
Yeah, because they're gonna get you. They'll come in for the sting. You're not gonna see it coming. They're crazy looking. Man, I was totally, before we're going on this, I was like, I'm not going to talk about bugs. I'm not going to talk about bugs. I'm not going to talk about bugs. And look at us.
Why? Why don't you want to talk
Because
about
that's all I
bugs?
talk about.
Yeah, but that's your interest.
Yeah.
Isn't that what we're supposed to be talking about? Is what interests us in
Yeah.
our practices?
Yeah. So
Be nice to my friend. Let
be
her talk
nice.
about bugs.
He likes bugs. I was like telling my mom the super in-depth fact that I found out and went down this rabbit hole. And I'm like, it's super interesting and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, yeah, interesting. I'm like, it is. Yeah. It's
That's how I feel whenever I talk about dart frogs. Like I think frogs are super interesting, especially dart frogs. And so like if someone brings up a frog, I'm like, "Oh, actually, did you know?" And oh man, did I tell you about that rabbit hole I went down about sharks and crocodiles?
no.
Okay, so I haven't been sleeping well. First of all, I haven't been sleeping well recently. So I like stay up at night, like doing different research because what else am I gonna do with my time? And I was like, I have a fear of alligators. Speaking of fear, I have a lot of dreams about being chased by alligators. So I was like, just like researching what is like the average size, things to do to fall asleep. You look up what you're afraid of.
Yeah, of
So
course.
I was
You're
like,
ready.
what's the average? I started looking up alligator facts, and then I was like, who would win in a fight, a shark or an alligator? So then it was like, obviously a shark. And I was like, wait, what?
Really?
Yeah, but then it was like, but are you talking about crocodiles? So then I started looking up research on the difference between alligators and crocodiles, which I didn't know the difference, and they're actually very different. So then it's like, who would win, a crocodile or an alligator? And definitely a
Crocodile.
crocodile.
Because they're
Yeah,
bigger.
they're bigger and they'll live a lot longer. Their snouts are really skinny and they will like chase you. Like a crocodile will has like a prey drive. Like alligators for the most part will leave you alone, but a crocodile will like chase you and hunt you down and like kill you. And they're way longer and they're like literally dinosaurs. They're like living dinosaurs that have lasted this
Well, now
long.
I'm afraid of them.
Well, they don't. You're not around any, so you're good.
Yeah.
Um, but then I got into it. Okay, so now I want to know your opinion. Do you think a shark would win or do you think a crocodile will win?
A crocodile.
So it
Because like
depends.
sharks are just kind of, they're actually not that bad, right? Like sharks.
I feel like a great white this is like a crocodile versus a great white, okay? It
Mm.
depends. So if a great white like swam upstream into like a river, like a saltwater river system, a crocodile would win. But if a
Mm.
crocodile got into the ocean and a shark would be able to get up underneath it, then a shark would win because it could like clamp down on them and like drag them down.
Yeah.
But
So
then a
environment.
crocodile like bites them and like spins, which I think
Yes,
is
they need like the shallow water to
hmm
actually.
hmm So it depends on if they're on home turf or not. That is what the
Okay,
deter.
the scariest movie I've ever seen,
hmm
and still to this day cannot watch, is Jaws.
Oh, really?
Even though it's fake at looking, oh
Uh-huh.
my God, it when that mouth comes out of the water and starts eating like the boat and shit,
Mhm.
and it's just like, no, no. And I know that's not the person that made that movie felt really bad because it made so many people afraid of sharks, and they're like, the sharks don't really deserve that. Like, you know,
Yeah.
so oops, my bad. Um, I regret my biggest regret is creating Jaws.
But then I'm gonna
Um,
create a bunch of other movies after that too about Jaws.
yeah, while I roll around in my money. But
Yes. So sorry.
oh,
Have
it's just I don't know, something about it. It's sharks.
have you ever seen Deep Blue Sea? I guess you've never seen it.
I probably will never see it. If I can't handle Jaws,
Okay, so I'm the youngest out of all of my cousins on my father's side. And so like I've always hung out with my older cousins growing up, and they made me watch Deep Blue Sea.
yeah.
And what it's about is this underwater lab where they take these sharks and they make them super smart. They like inject them with some sort of like serum to make them super smart. And then the sharks like turn on everybody in the like lab. And so it's just like hunting of sharks, like they are like able to like flood the lab over time.
Oh
So
my
these people are like
gosh.
running and they're like sharks are like catching up with them. I watched it when I was really young and it is so freaking scary. I still have nightmares about it to this day
Yeah.
of those sharks. They're so freaky.
I'm like afraid of the ocean. So that'll be maybe something I face down the way. Okay, because like I could avoid the ocean. I can't avoid bugs. They're everywhere.
Yeah,
But
you
the
can't avoid
ocean, I
bugs.
can, I used to want to learn how to surf. I was like, no, sharks. But there's lots of crazy shit in the ocean. Like I just like
Yeah,
don't feel like we should even go in there. And our
I
shit goes in there. It's
I
gross in
will
there.
like dip my toes in, but I'm not like a let's go deep sea fishing kind of person.
Oh, yeah. And you're flopping around like I can't, yeah. Not the shark's gonna win.
Have you ever been on a cruise?
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah, I did. But I don't know. And I saw the Titanic too. I just wasn't worried about it then.
I feel like cruises freak me out a little bit. Like it's cool, but also they freak me out because when I look out on the ocean, I don't know. That's like a fear of mine. It's like being stranded in the middle of the ocean,
Well, they make
like
so many
nowhere to go.
movies like that, you
Yeah,
know?
I won't watch them. That's too much for me. Or like people who get trapped, like their arm gets like trapped in between rocks. Like I'm not trying to watch those kind of movies.
Oh yeah, where they got to like cut their arm off.
Yeah, like the psychological terror of just like being alone. Maybe now I
Mm,
need to do that. Now I need to watch those
yeah.
things. Yeah, but this
You
like terror
probably
of being like isolated and alone, I think that that's a huge fear of mine.
yeah, because if shit hits the fan, are you gonna saw off your own arm or someone else gonna have to do it?
I don't know. I feel like at some point you hit like a delusional state where your decision making is very different than
Mm,
you would. I feel like you just don't
yeah.
know until you're put into that sort of extreme environment.
I feel like I would be able to do it before I hit the delivery stage. You're
Really?
like, well, this sucks. And I don't know. My body, because I process pain very differently.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah, like my adrenaline kicks in right away, and I just, I'm like pain's just in our minds. And yeah,
I
so
tell myself that every time I get a tattoo, but the whole time I'm like, ow,
you're like,
ow.
this isn't working.
Yeah, like it's just in my mind, but also, ow. Also, I hate it.
Also,
I
I'm
admire you for
bleeding.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. If it ever happens and I'm missing an arm, then I'll
I
say I
hope
was
not.
right.
I hope that does not happen to you.
Me too. And you too. Because I don't know. Could I cut your arm off?
Could you cut my arm off? I would hope so.
Yeah, I think I feel like I would be a good person to have in a apocalypse, like zombie day. Like
Oh, I've
I'd be okay.
already, if the zombie apocalypse comes, I already know what I'm doing. A bunch
No,
of
you have a
drugs.
plan.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a bunch of drugs and die.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna come for you.
Yeah,
I'll let you do
the
your thing.
survival like level here is at a low threshold. I'm not my
I
survival
used to
is
think that. I used to
Mhm.
think that like who wants to live in that state, you know? And just like that's not even worth fighting. But now I feel like I would be like, okay, let's go. Let's
Yeah.
survive. Yeah.
I guess it depends. Like, are those like the like fast zombies where they like chase you? Because I'm overweight. Like, I don't, my cardio is not great. Or are they like the slow zombies that you can like kind of like run away
I
from?
feel like they would be slow.
Okay, maybe I'll think about the slow ones. The fast ones,
Yeah, you're like, it's not worth it.
no, I
Like,
am my cardio.
I'll
Just
I'll eat the ice cream in my fridge and stay and
just break it into a pharmacy. That's what I'm doing.
yeah. Yeah.
What's your plan if the zombie apocalypse comes? Do you have a plan?
My plan, no, but I'll just figure it out, I'll just figure it
Hmm.
out because I'm a survivor. So I have an electric car, I have some solar panels. Hmm. I'll have to figure out how to charge that shit, because in California, they don't let you like keep your own power. They send what you make, it goes to Edison, and then you use their power. It's fucking weird. But
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah. So survival, like with what we got going on, it's not sustainable. Not sustainable at
Why?
all. Because they don't want us to be, You know. I don't have power. I wouldn't have water because that's all connected with the city. So yeah, I would have to go somewhere. I'd have to get in the car, go somewhere that's find someone else that's prepared and
Step
then take them
one,
out. No.
find somebody else who's prepared. Step two, take all of their stuff.
Like, oh, good job. You prepared. Okay, thanks. You're
Yeah,
out.
I think that people who are really prepared though are prepared for that.
Yeah, they are. And I do believe, like, and in the movies, they talk about it too. This is totally off subject, but we're going in.
Has anything
Like,
been
the
on
people that
subject?
survive, they're fucked up. The people that survive are fucked up.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I would actually survive because I'm such a Libra. I'm like, oh, that's not fair. Justice. So, like, I would probably die, but I would live a
I
little bit.
I think that that's an interesting thing to explore, right? Like I do think that there's a level of selfishness that is inherently necessary for people to truly survive long term. You have to be able to like kind of lack empathy to a certain degree. Not
Hmm.
kind of, definitely. You have to like lack empathy and be able like your need for survival has to be greater than the sacrifices have to be made. And I do think that that's such an interesting thing to explore, and we see a lot in like tropes and stuff. I really like post-apocalyptic movies. I really like it when people are put in these sort of interesting, what do you call it, like philosophical dilemmas where you need to be like, do I, like, do I kill the one person to save 1,000? Like, is that the right thing to do? Do I survive over this? What about my children? Do I let them survive for this person?
That's why I do love movies. Like movies, it's so interesting because even just as a viewer, not having to have this actually happen, it gets your mind going of like,
Hmm.
whoa, like what if that was? Yeah, movies is such a beautiful art. I wish I had more time to watch them because I'll catch up. Once my kids get a little older, I'm gonna be watching
Yeah.
all the movies. So make me a list.
I have
Send us
so
in
many
your list
movies.
too,
I
you
have so
guys.
many
Send us
movies.
in.
Yes. Or we could set up a movie night with everybody, which I think would be fun. Then you
Ooh,
would
that would
be
be fun.
forced to to watch movies.
Like I have to. Sorry. And I got the
Sorry, yeah.
popcorn. We're
Get a
going.
babysitter so I can watch movies. But yeah, I love movies. I love movies a lot. You know what has been my like super hyperfixation recently? The movie I've been watching over and over again, which I don't normally do this too much, but it's The Love Witch. I love that movie. And you said that you haven't seen it. And
Mm-mm.
I think it's such a good movie. It's so visually stunning. And I've just been watching it over and over again.
I gotta watch it. I gotta see that. And then there's that movie I sent you about the Shaker movement. And it's
Yeah.
like based on a real story, I guess. And I don't really know much about the Shakers, but I
I
thought
feel
that
like
was
that's something we need to
interesting.
research and talk about on one of these
Yes.
episodes.
So we'll write that one down because, yeah, there's a lot of that, like those old religions that do kind of trickle into even witchcraft practice. So I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, let's dive in.
Speaking of movies, I actually I'm gonna go see Hades Town by myself, like right now.
Oh, yeah, you got to get going. We're
Yeah.
like filming double podcasts almost. We're like, let's
What's
go the
it?
next.
I'm
Yeah,
excited about it. I've never seen Hades Town, and it's
me
based off
neither.
of
I
the
never even
story
heard of
of
it.
it's based off of it's a Broadway play. I think it's set during the Prohibition era that's based on the story of the Homeric hymn to Demeter, Persephone's descent story. And it's based on the relationship of Hades and Persephone. So, but it's
Ooh, you're
like
gonna
during the
love it.
Prohibition era, it's a musical. And I've never seen it. I've heard a lot about it, and they're showing it for like 2 days here in my where I live.
That's
So
crazy.
I bought a ticket. I'm gonna go by myself because I don't have time to go with my partner. So I'm going to the movies by myself.
Go see it. Let me know how it is,
I will.
and I'll watch it in 5 years from now.
You have to do it as a devotional act to Hades and Persephone.
That's true. If it's good.
I'll
If
let
it's
you know.
good.
I'll let you know.
Yeah. Well, have fun at your movies. And
Thank
thank
you.
you, our void dwellers, for sitting and talking with us. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you have stories, confessions, any feedback, anything you want to do, you can email us or you can text the number or you can call and leave us a voice memo. If you do call and leave a voicemail, we will probably play your voice mail over one of our episodes. So definitely call in if you want to tell us a story, you want to leave us a confession, give us feedback, whatever. We're open to it. I think what me and Ashley have decided is we're going to have like maybe an episode dedicated to playing these. We might scatter them out through an episode or two and reflect on them, but we might have full episodes dedicated to responding to a few of them. So don't be shy. Definitely give us a call.
Yes. Yeah. I was going to say add to that, but you said it perfectly.
Oh, well, good. From Bloom above
To rot below. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.